Hey everyone, welcome back to Pretending with Dice. As always, I'm your host and game master, AJ. Just a real quick intro this time around. Really all I wanted to do is say just a big thanks to everyone for making us feel loved on our 5th anniversary last week. As I've said over and over, I can't believe where the time has gone, but just the fact that people are listening and have been so great to us is just huge. Huge thanks to all of you for making our anniversary week, I guess, such a lot of fun for us, and just for being you. That's it. So I promise a short intro. So let's get straight into today's episode. Enjoy. Stepping off of the Tenzing then, the senior staff, which I'll just give a rundown of who we've got here. So we've got Captain Collins, we've got Commander Tallinn, we've got Commander Carter and his wife, we have Dr. Irila, and we have Lieutenant Commander Murphy and Lieutenant Commander Ray. So basically all of the sort of heads of departments, really, plus Carter's wife, who's actually, in your department, she's a Lieutenant, Ray. She is a botanist.
Yep.
We haven't met her before, just throwing this out here because I figured, it's a formal reception. Plus ones are available and nobody else seemed to have a plus one. So.
Murphy would like to be a -1, but unfortunately...
What, herself?
Yes.
So the group of you leave the Tenzing behind you and head to the nearest turbo lift, which it's quite a wide thing. Deep Space 3 is a pretty big facility, really. It's not as big as Starbase 1 back at Earth, but this is sort of home to trade facilities and cargo docks and everything, and then above it is the whole sort of Starfleet facility, which has a lot of kind of meeting spaces, and it's kind of like a bit like a giant conference center sort of thing. So you're able to all get on one giant turbo lift, which is dwarfing the turbo lift that you're used to in the confines of the ship. And yes, there's some, I don't know whether I'd call it pleasing, but there's some music playing in the background, elevator music, as everybody adjusts their attire. The captain says, "Main conference center," and the elevator starts rolling, and
It's not going to be that bad, Murphy. I mean, it could be, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it will be.
I struggle with these things.
I think every officer does. It's a part of the... it's not really a job we do, is it? It's what we do with our lives, but, we've all got to go through this at one time or another. And you especially will if you ever make it to captain.
I'm just getting to grips with my new promotion at the moment. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
The slightly more senior officers are keeping quiet during this. So the elevator shortly arrives at its destination, and your group find yourselves in a wide, sort of high-ceilinged kind of concourse area. Deep Space 3 has many meeting spaces and function rooms of varying sizes, and this is kind of the hub for all of them. There are a fair few people here, you can see, kind of moving to and from the various facilities, but it doesn't take you too long to find where the reception that you're attending is being held. As you can see, other officers in dress uniform making their way towards a wide set of stairs leading up to a large, ornately carved pair of wooden doors. As you start to head towards it, however, Dr. Irila, your comm badge pips.
Lascelles you really here?
Hello, Doctor. Yes, not sure if you remember me. We met the other evening at my husband's mixer event on the holodeck.
Yes, of course, I remember you.
Good. I have a few concerns and questions about my current condition, and I was wondering if you had a free moment to speak about them.
Yeah, of course. Does just now suit you?
That would be wonderful. Yes. It isn't a bad time, is it?
No, not at all.
Good. Shall I meet you in sickbay?
Perfect, yes. I will see you soon.
See you soon, Doctor. Thank you.
Duty called then, it seems, Doctor.
Yes, what unfortunate timing. Please make my excuses, and I will join you if I am able.
Of course, Doctor. Well, hopefully we'll see you later on.
Uvula smiles at them and then walks off.
Narrow escape from the party there. So the rest of you then continue on towards the reception, arriving at the bottom of the short staircase leading up to the function space's entranceway. Facing you is a security officer, also in dress uniform, who is holding a pad and seems to be checking people's names on a guest list. Good evening, Captain. Sirs, if I could have your names, please. Of course, yes. Captain Collins, USS Tenzing. This is Commander Tallinn, Commander and Lieutenant Carter, Lieutenant Commander Murphy, and Lieutenant Commander Ray. He taps a couple of buttons on his pad before nodding. Thank you, sir. Please enjoy your evening. He gestures up the staircase. Thank you, Lieutenant. And with that, Collins leads the way up the staircase, only briefly turning back to the group to give a kind of, whoop, here we go, kind of look.
So it begins.
Murphy's just going to take a deep breath. Just, think nice thoughts. Don't let anyone wind you up. This will be over soon.
Do not kill.
That's a given.
As you reach the top of the stairs, the carved wooden doors swing open in front of you, and you step into a pretty large, I guess you could say this is kind of like a 2-story chamber. It's like a large hall. There's a fair number of people already in here, about 20 to 30, all kind of milling around. It's a mixture of Starfleet officers in similar kind of dress uniforms to yourself, and what looks like quite a few sort of civilians of in a variety of different sort of outfits, all of them quite fancy. The whole of one wall of the room is basically a window out into space. You can see the sort of the white dwarf star that the Deep Space 3 is orbiting around is clearly visible, but there's sort of polarizing filter, so not everybody is completely blinded by it. And yeah, you see a few sort of ships moving around here and there in the background. As you step in, there is another what looks to be ops officer, not armed or anything like that, nods as you enter and announces to each of you by name, which you weren't expecting. So the first name he says is Captain Harrison Collins, USS Tenzing. There's a polite sort of welcoming kind of mild, not round of applause, but a sort of murmur of people are arriving. Commander Tallinn, USS Tenzing. Again, another sort of welcoming round of appreciative noise. Commander Eli Carter and Lieutenant Jane Carter, USS Tenzing. Lieutenant Commander Lyra Murphy, USS Tenzing. Again, appreciative, and a few people sort of try and kind of catch your eye as a sort of hello kind of thing.
I would glaze my eyes over, just think of the speaker, just go, yep. Where's a corner that I can hide in?
Lieutenant Commander Sabin Rai.
Ray.
My apologies. Lieutenant Commander Sabin Ray.
Thank you.
USS Tenzing.
Don't give up the day job.
Yes, you quickly, I guess, make your way in. There's, as I say, there's quite a few people in here. Now that you're in, you can see there is, rather than the large dining table, which was maybe expected, there is actually what looks to be some kind of buffet along one side. Quite a nice looking thing. This isn't like a couple of trestle tables and some cucumber sandwiches. This is, full kind of, this is a good spread. They've put on a good spread for you here. Approaching first, though, is Admiral Holt, who you recognise from his original call to the Tenzing Bridge when you first dropped out of warp. And he comes up to sort of greet you all. Ah, Collins and crew. Glad you made it. How are you finding the station so far? Good to see you, sir. Afraid we haven't had much of a chance to explore yet. Hopefully we can get a good look around before the expedition sets off. Of course. Lots to be done. Still, doesn't hurt to take a bit of time to relax and recharge. I know your trip from Earth wasn't without incident. Grab a drink, get some food. I'm looking forward to getting to know each of you a little better this evening. Thank you, sir. Happy to be here. Giving each of you a quick nod, the Admiral turns and heads back into the crowd.
Murphy's going to nudge Ray and be like, he's going to talk to each of us in the evening.
Well, yeah. The hosts always do. How many of you... Have you never been to any of these?
I've been to, 3, and they weren't as big as this.
Really?
I was in a couple of really small ones. I don't know why.
Well, we've got a clear view of the bar. Shall we go and find a couple of stools to hide ourselves on?
Well, I'm definitely getting a drink. I don't know if it's going to be safe staying at the bar, but it's the first point of call.
Worst comes to worst. You'll get drunk and start singing Piano Man.
I'm not singing here. If I start singing, you have to take me out of here.
Well, I might join you in the singing first and then take you out of here.
No. And ruin the chances of the championship? No.
What's the matter? You afraid of a little friendly competition? Before the actual competition?
That trophy is as good as mine. But I don't want to have anybody having my set list.
Come on.
I would say there's a string quartet playing in here, so launching into Piano Man.
Even better if you did somehow manage to pull that off. That would be hilarious.
Come on, let's go and find a drink. To be honest, I could do with it myself.
So, Jonny, you and Bonge have also left the Tenzing at the same time. Well, just ahead of the officers. Your destination being fairly vague, a crazy bar on level 7 of the station, which is down in the civilian areas.
Right. So there's a certain amount of trepidation with Jonny steeled himself. How's Bonge looking?
A little bit nervous, but like he said before, he's the party engineer. He's the prospect of partying is, he seems up for it. He's having a day as well, because you interrupted what might have been a romantic discussion he was having, and then when he got back to the room, you were like, "Let's go party." So he's yeah.
See if we can turn this.
I think he's just rolling with the punches at the moment. He seems up for stuff.
Okay. So as they're approaching, is there a sense of bustle or like? Yeah,
I mean, the sort of the docking level that you kind of got off of the ship onto is a kind of a large circular ring. It's fairly busy anyway. That at the moment there's the 3 ships of the expedition are docked. This is the sort of Starfleet levels. You know from your brief kind of look at the computer earlier. I think in your quarters, did you look at you were kind of having a bit of a browse, weren't you?
Yes.
You would know from that sort of earlier brief look at how the layout of the station is that there are sort of commercial civilian docks lower down, which you would imagine would be a bit busier, but it's still, it's quite bustly here on this level. There's people going back and forth, mostly in Starfleet uniforms and such, but there's also some people not in uniform walking around, yourselves included. But yeah, it's not quiet.
Okay. Are we catching any looks?
1 or 2 here and there, but nothing like overly hostile.
Okay. And any smirks, anything, any reactions negative in that respect? I'm like, Johnny's a little bit self-conscious, and he's certainly like, I don't know, a little bit aware of Bonge's choice, but at the same time, it's his friend and he's down with it. It's like, who cares? You're
getting smiles, but it's tough to tell. Most people are staying pretty polite.
Cool. Well, we'll just proceed then along to this club.
I was going to say, unless you were actively getting up in people's faces being like, yeah, he's a Ferengi wearing a Hawaiian shirt, what of it?
Certainly not.
So you get on the table left and Bonge is like, so who are we meeting? Refresh my memory.
Oh, it's my friend from back in academy. So Katrina Sullivan's her name. Oh, she's a hell of a lot of fun. You should look forward to meeting her.
Yeah, cool. Is this like an old girlfriend, or what's the deal?
No,
I'm not going to be like third wheeling it, am I? Or,
No, nothing like that. No, I tried once, but no, it was pretty clear that wasn't going to happen.
Well, you can't just drop that in there. I mean, I need that story.
Well, we were kind of rivals for a while, and well, push came to shove a few times, and yeah, she got the upper hand. But well, eventually I trained, and when I beat her, I tried my luck, and well, that didn't really work. So we kept it friendly from then on, and yeah, we're just kind of friendly rivals a little bit, let's say.
That's pretty rough.
But
Struck out. Yeah.
What can I tell you? She's a tough one.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I'm glad you told me, because then I won't put my foot in it or anything. You know, I'm just trying to make a good first impression here.
Oh, don't worry. She might seem intimidating at first, and she might try and mess around a little bit, but rest assured, it's all in good nature.
Okay, cool. Well, all right. Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
So your elevator ride, perfectly timed for this conversation, deposits you onto level 7. As I said, this is down in the civilian levels of the station. It's a bit busier than the Starfleet docking ring, I will say. It's not quite as squeaky clean. It's not dirty, but let's just say there's more character down here. There's food stalls, there's merchants, stores, bars, restaurants, everything, and loads of people kind of moving throughout. It's less of kind of the Starfleet sort of conference center feel, and more of like a kind of bustling sort of town, city center sort of thing.
Okay.
You just have sort of a moment to take it all in before you hear the sound of Katrina's voice, who had been waiting for you near to the turbo lifts.
Hey, JC, over here.
Hey, Katrina! And he raises a hand and waves and wanders over.
She smiles at the pair of you as you approach. You're pleased to see she's also wearing casual clothes. I know you were a bit worried about this maybe being a prank and turning up to something that you should have been in uniform for, and thankfully that doesn't seem to be the case. She gives you a quick hug in greeting.
Yeah, I'm so glad you could make it. Who's this? Who's your friend?
Oh, this is my friend here, Bonge.
Good to meet you. You went to you were in Johnny's class of the academy. Is that right?
I like to think of it more that he was in my class. always trying to keep up with me.
Hey, I outclassed you a long time ago, let's be real.
I don't know. I'm sure he's still out on that one.
Oh, well, let's see how tonight goes. Maybe I'll score a few points.
Oh, you're here to try and score, huh? Well, come on, Tiger, let's go. It's just around the corner.
She leads the way along the kind of promenade area. Like I said, it's fairly busy. There's people, and you can hear kind of music playing from different places and that. And she leads the way to a bar with a glowing kind of neon sign that has like a palm tree, and it says Shimoda's.
Behold, friends, this is it. This is the place.
Taking note of the palm tree, sorry. Johnny looks over at Bonge and says, "Hey, looks like you're dressed correctly for this place."
Yes, yeah, I know what's going on. I know what the score is.
Yeah. Have you been here before, Katrina?
Yeah, we've been here the past couple of nights or so. Your ship's taken so long to get here, the whole expedition is running about a week behind schedule. Plenty of extra downtime while we wait for you.
Well, lead the way then. Let's see this.
So the doors open as you enter, and you're immediately assailed by the sound of surf rock coming from a sound system. The lights are pretty low, but there's sort of neon signs everywhere. It's not dingy though. It's got like a nice atmosphere, and there's kind of like a dance floor in the middle that there's various people kind of boogieing down, wearing sunglasses inside and stuff. It's definitely got a style in this place. The Bonge isn't the only person in here wearing like a Hawaiian shirt, so he's really lucked out here.
I get it. It's kind of like the big kahuna.
Yeah.
All this surf movie type stuff.
100%. Yeah. The whole surface of the bar, you can see as you approach, is inlaid with isolinear chips. that are kind of lighting up in various colourful patterns. And behind the bar, there is a a stylized caricature of a Galaxy-class starship riding a surfboard, if that makes sense.
Totally.
It's got sunglasses on over the front bits, and it's yeah.
I think I've got a pretty good mental image of this. It's pretty rough.
And a big light up neon sign above it that says it's party time.
Seeing that, Johnny's just got an enormous smile on his face and is nodding as he walks in, like, yes, I like this place.
Can you believe it? Here we are, hundreds of light years from Earth, and there's a surf bar.
Yeah, this is brilliant. Let's get some drinks.
She walks right up and leans on the bar.
Hey, can I get 3 Cocoa No-Nos, please?
The guy behind the bar looks to be somewhere in his 40s. Is kind of boogieing along to the music. He's also wearing sunglasses and a loose-fitting, colourful shirt. He shoots a pair of finger guns at Katrina. 3 Cocoa No-Nos coming right up. And the three of you are very shortly handed half a coconut each with a neon glowing straw in it and a little umbrella sticking out. You can immediately smell the alcohol from it. Enjoy!
Smells good. Well, let's drink up.
Race you to the bottom.
Oh, it's on.
Johnny just starts drinking, and she's like holding eye contact with you, and she does it as to be like, yeah, come on, race to get.
They've both intensely gone into this and left Bonge kind of.
Bonge's like
reaction.
Yeah, he's like tentatively kind of like he's, takes like a sip and is like, pretty good, I guess. Yeah, I haven't had one of these before. But like he's taking his time with them. I was gonna say let's start rolling for like. See how this hits you, but
we always end up rolling for drinking a bit like.
It's been too long since we've rolled for drinking on the podcast. I feel like we ought to bring it back. God, I guess this would be like fitness, or would it be control?
I feel like fitness is a measure of physical capacity and general hardiness.
You know what? Yeah, we'll just figure out like a general kind of. Just give me like a general fitness check, I guess. That's the way we'll do it.
Okay.
Difficulty. I think at this point, difficulty 1. Oh, 7 and a 3. That's 2 successes, so you get a point of momentum for that as well.
Woo.
Johnny is not affected at all by his first drink, and it goes down smooth. But did you win the contest, though? That's the real question.
Yeah. Did he beat her? Was that the quicker drink?
We're going to do opposed control checks, I think, to see who won this contest.
Okay.
Oh wow, a 9 and a 7, so that's a strong start from you with 2 successes. I rolled a 20 and a 1, so you got a complete success, but also a catastrophic failure. So I feel like she's really... You're neck and neck, and then right at the end, just as she's about to do it, she just sort of splutters a little bit, and you beat her on the drinking. Or at least on the... You win the contest,
okay.
Let's say. This is a pretty low stakes roll, I will say.
Johnny smiles and goes, "Champion!" and raises his hands above his head. He goes, "Oh, look who's won again!" And he looks over at Bonge and goes, "You're going to see a lot of that tonight."
Bonge is like, he's had like a quarter of his at most. He's sipping it. He's like, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, well done. 1-0, I guess. So, speaking of drinking, Murphy, you are at the bar. You're approaching the bar. It's pretty well. It's not empty. There's another couple of people hanging around. The first one that you notice appears to be a Ferengi. He's sort of leaning on the bar, he's sort of talking the ear off of the guy behind the bar.
So what do you want to do? You got to jack these prices up just a little bit. That's the only way you're going to get profit here, kid.
And the guy behind the bar is like, we don't sell the drinks, sir. Replicated, sir. They're not for sale. You can just have one.
That's just bad business practice. You got to put a bit of latinum down for each one of these drinks, and next thing you know, you got your own moon.
The bartender is looking a little bit lost as he sees you walk up. So, can I help, sirs?
Rum, ice.
Okay, coming up, and for you, sir. Just to Ray.
Same, but a double, no ice.
Is it ice? No, I'm double with no ice. He turns around and he looks quite glad to be not having his ear talked off. The Ferengi quickly switches to the very
Hello. I'm Damon Puck.
Evening. Lieutenant Commander Murphy, this is Lieutenant Commander Ray.
Hello?
What brings you here to Deep Space 3, then? This big fancy reception.
I mean, we're in dress uniform of Starfleet, so Murphy's just gonna like wave her hand up and down going
all of this.
all of this. She's just like, you're at a Federation function. You should know.
At this point, the barman's hand comes in and hands you the rum.
He's like, thank you. Work. And then she just takes the drinks and kind of looks at Ray a little bit. Oh, okay.
Well, me too. I'm always here for work. This is right in the middle of my patch. See, I sell stationery and office equipment all across this sector here. I'm a big name in these parts. You folks all stocked up on staplers and what?
Like Murphy's dying inside. She's like actually dying.
I'm looking to land a big contract with these Federation types to, outfit whatever, incoming, outgoing I want to be the name when anything comes out of Deep Space 3. You're like, wow, is that a Puck brand pad there, or is that? I've heard those things are great. That's why I'm here.
He turns back to the barman.
I'll have another one of those. What did you call it?
Need vodka, sir?
Yes, need vodka. Give me that.
Ray has no words for this guy. I mean, he's a few centuries late if he's trying to flog staplers to Federation officers.
He does look like he's got quite a nice suit on and stuff, so he's clearly, yeah.
Business is good then.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm afraid I'm not the person. We're not the people to talk to about those kind of supplies. You'd need to find a quartermaster.
You're not in requisitions then?
No, I'm not. I'm afraid.
Neither am I. Neither am I.
Well, maybe you can put in a good word for me. I'm trying to get my foot in the door.
I could certainly mention it, but I'm afraid you'd best be finding a quartermaster and going straight to the source. Not sure what my word could do. Could quietly nudge Ray. Back me up here.
Yeah. As my colleague says, you're better off talking to the quartermaster for our ship. He's over there somewhere, in the far corner of the room. Last time I saw him, he was talking to an Andorian with only one antenna.
Who are you pointing at?
I'm just pointing to the other side of the room where he should go and we should not.
Okay, I just wondered if you were throwing somebody under the bus there or not. Or...
Oh, I might be, but we haven't named a quartermaster for the Tenzing. So.
We haven't, no.
Yeah, the Ferengi don't know that.
Yeah. At this point, you hear the sort of announcer's voice coming across. Lady Alara Ral of Trill. See a quite sort of early middle-aged female Trill walking in full sort of regalia and ball gown and everything on. It's sort of, again, polite applause. And she sort of is greeted by the Admiral. Courteously. You can't hear the words that are said at this point, but she's sort of looking around a little bit, not imperiously, but like a little bit sort of, you can tell she's a bit upper crust, if that's still a thing.
She's the big wig.
Ray, I think this might be a name that Ray has heard before, but in passing.
I've heard.
Murphy, probably you wouldn't have heard that, yeah, but like internal Trill politics, this is a name that Ray would have heard.
Yeah, so Ray's ears do sort of prick up and he looks across to spot the person whose name has just been uttered.
Mm-hmm. She sort of, I say, she's kind of looking around. She sort of makes a little bit of eye contact with you because there's not a lot of trail in here. It doesn't like nod in your direction or anything, but it's just kind of
notice this.
Takes in the room and
Yeah. I wonder what she's doing here.
Well, seems to be the big VIP of the evening.
Well, she's essentially Trill royalty. Wouldn't expect her to be this far out.
Really?
Seriously, you don't know who that is?
I sing karaoke on my nights off. Do you think I'm gonna keep up to date with Trill royalty?
Touche, Lieutenant Commander.
You know I'm... But no, I know nothing about Trill royalty. Enlighten me. You have me curious now.
Well, there's not that much to tell. Usually she's attending functions all around the Alpha Quadrant. Occasionally pops down to Earth once in a while, but it's the first time I've seen her in public. And it looks like the rumours are true.
What rumours?
No, the rumour is that she just likes to look down upon everybody and is really bad at making it look like she's a nice person.
Oh. So like any other politician and ambassador that comes through our doors.
She wouldn't be out of place in 21st century Earth, let's put it that way.
Ah.
Shall we go and find somebody to sit with these drinks? This liquid has been in this glass for far too long.
Are you alright, Ray?
Yeah, well.
You don't sound alright. You don't sound like yourself. Come on, let's sit down.
Okay.
You're able to find an unoccupied table off to the side.
Before we docked at the space station, I went to see the doctor in sickbay. I had a I don't want to call it a fall, I had a knock in stellar cartography. I went there because I had an accident and I ended up telling her about the phantom pain thing. You know, the thing I mentioned a while back in passing. It's been getting worse.
You mean your injury?
Yeah, when my first host died.
You talked with the doc?
Told her what happened and what has been happening. And it's I don't feel like my usual spry self. I mean, every year on the anniversary of the death, it just comes up, and usually it's gone within maybe a day, 2 at most, but this has been hanging around for about a week now, and it doesn't feel like it's going away anytime soon, and I just don't understand why. I mean, my first host, she was adventurous, and, you know, nothing fazed her, but I just really don't understand why Sabin is having these pains. It's not the same body. It should just be a psychological thing for me, the symbiont. But I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Hence the double run without the ice. It's not the best solution, I know, but
Firstly, I'm glad you told me. And I'm glad you told the dog. Also, please tell me you're not drinking while you're on duty. You're just gonna give him an eye.
oh no. No.
Good. Okay. Good.
No, I actively don't drink on duty. I mean, I never have done.
But the pain's worse this week.
Worse than years past. Much worse. And, well, the reason I ended up in sick bay was I had a sudden hit of vertigo. And I lost my footing, whacked my head on the console below.
Ow.
And I haven't felt vertigo like that since the fall.
Maybe during this week you don't go up in high places.
Yeah, not after that. Not after that one. I'm sending the ensigns and the junior lieutenants to do all that stuff.
Yeah. I was going to say you should maybe take it easy and let some of your staff take care of more physical jobs. And you just take it easy behind your desk. It's the perks of being the boss.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the perks, but this has never affected my performance in anything I've done as an ambassador to the Federation, my previous post as Starfleet officer now with Sabin. It's just a complete unknown. The worst part is I can't find records anywhere, at least within Federation databases, of any other Trill having gone through this. This is, as far as I can tell, a unique situation to suffer phantom host pain. That's all I can call it.
I mean, I know she'll do all she can, but it might be that you have to go back to Starfleet Medical to have this looked at in detail and have the best possible care for not only you, but for Sabin.
That crossed my mind. But something worries me about that scenario. I mean, Starfleet Medical's as good as it's ever been, but there's still things about Trill physiognomy they're not that keyed up on, and I'm worried that if I do that, I'll be endangering Sabin's life. Because they might want to take me, they might want to separate us. I mean, that won't necessarily harm me, but Sabin and I joined at such a young age out of necessity. I think I told you the story that the original host was killed in a shuttle accident, and Sabin volunteered, but he was still a kid, essentially. I was still a kid. I'm starting to get my tenses mixed up, but joined at such a young age, removal at any point now, other than because of natural death, might not do him any favours. I still need to think about it.
Man, I can't begin to imagine how confusing it is. We're going to have more drinks than this, and we are going to need to find some cards, because this is how we're going to cheer up this evening and rescue it. All right? Are you with me?
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
Right.
We are with you.
I'm going to go and see if that Ferengi can scramble me up some cards, because I think that's probably going to be the only person in this hall besides possibly the barman. So I'll maybe check with him first.
Yeah. Safest bet first.
I'll get more drinks while I'm there.
Yeah, I did not know what to say to that Ferengi.
I office furniture. Really, I don't.
I mean, yeah, wrong century. Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
And Murphy's gonna head to the bar.
As Murphy walks away, you hear the announcer person. Captain Helena Richards, USS Nelson. Commander Loire LeVay, USS Nelson. Commander Brett Edwards, USS Nelson. Basically, the crew of the second ship of the expedition have arrived. The announcer guy is reeling them off. So you can see there's the Captain Richards, her first officer, Loire LeVay, who's a beta. Captain Richards is a human. First officer is a Betazoid. Commander Edwards is their chief engineer. He's a human man. Dr. Sattel is a Vulcan. Lieutenant Commander Skasol is the science officer, is a Tellarite. And Lieutenant Commander Garcia is the chief of security, and he's a human dude. And they all kind of walk in. There's a bit of a mirroring of the your own entrance there, as security chief is clearly looking a little uncomfortable in that uniform. It's the second starship's worth of crew has arrived.
As Murphy goes off to look for some cards, Ray next the last of his double rum, and then puts the empty glass down and just waits.
I was going to ask if Murphy has maybe been on any of like the conferences or anything with their security chief, maybe, or
you've maybe been looped in, like on, they would have been like an early kind of like, well, when you were first given like the mission back at Earth, you would have been sort of added to like a, I don't know, like a kind of a group chat, like a group chat. You know what I mean? No, of like, a thing. But maybe there hasn't been any big discussions yet because the actual expedition hasn't really technically launched yet. So maybe it's someone you haven't ever spoken to at length, but you've kind of maybe exchanged an email or something.
Yeah, we've maybe had like some professional correspondence, maybe.
Yeah. But never had a proper talk, really.
Okay.
The same would go with the third security officer of the one of the Auckland, but they haven't arrived yet.
Okay.
So, and again, the proper briefings and things. I think I'd said the Admiral had said that's scheduled for like the next afternoon or something. Yeah, this is meant to be a casual, even if it is like quite stressful for everyone involved. This is meant to be the casual, like, oh, everybody's here, let's have a little bit of a formal event.
At the back of my mind, she's just kind of like, can I rope these people into playing cards?
Well, you're gonna have to ask them.
Yeah, but then she's just kind of like, do I want to play cards with these people? That's the other question.
Because the immediate thing to do is to start hustling them at poker.
Exactly. Let's see. Let's draw the battlefield, the battle plan, guys.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk to any of them now, or do you want to?
I think she'll just since they're like in the distance, she'll probably just like see them arrive and then just give them like a nod because she's going to be at the bar getting drinks and cards.
Yeah. I think the security officer guy, like I said, he looks a little bit uncomfortable as well. He recognizes you, returns the nod, sees you're heading to the bar, and also heads to the bar. Anyway, we're now on drink 4.
Okay.
Music is blaring now in Shimoda's. It is happy hour. Bonge is taking it easy, I would think, on the drinks compared to you, maybe, Jonny. But he's still, he's getting a bit loose. He's boogieing away to the music. But you and Sullivan are at least on your 4th drink, and these are fairly strong drinks as well.
Has anybody else around us kind of taken note of? Because have we gone through these drinks fairly quickly? I suppose 4 drinks within the space.
I guess fairly quickly, but you've managed to kind of get yourselves like as a group like a booth.
Okay.
And that nobody's like looking at you like, wow, these people are getting really drunk. What is up with them? Like everybody in the bar is having a great time.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Was like maybe people would. I'm trying to think if I. I don't think Jonny can actively try and pull people into like be into the drinking game, but.
Are you angling for a cutback and it's like the two of you like staring each other down across a table with a whole bunch of drinks and there's a crowd around you going chug.
I wouldn't mind.
I'm up for cutting back to that eventually if you want.
Yeah, I think that's the way that things are going, unless something else comes up.
Let's just say, okay, so you got yourself a booth, and maybe Bonge is kind of there, but he's sort of, he sat in the booth with you guys, he's kind of like boogieing away, and he's like kind of not checking people out on the dance floor, but he's kind of like, you can tell his eyes are sort of wandering to the dance floor, and you get the feeling Bonge might be a guy who dances when he drinks.
Okay. Johnny's in a good mood, and he looks over at Katrina, and he says, so can you remember what the record was for the last time we were drinking? What did we get to?
Oh, it's got to be 12 or something, right?
At least. Well, 13. Unlucky for some.
Hey, remember the time that we programmed the transporter so that Reynolds' uniform got left behind when he beamed up to take his flight exam?
Oh, it was so cruel, thinking back. We were brutal to him.
Oh, whatever. He had it coming.
Well,
He knows what he did, lording it over us like, oh, I'm so special. I'll be flying the flagship one day. Get fucked.
you want to get another drink?
What kind of question is that? Why are we not already drinking them right now?
Bonge? You?
Yeah. Well, I'm nearly finished my second. Give me a. Let's slow down. I'm gonna lose it over here.
Not a very seasoned drinker, are we, Bonge?
Yeah, I'm not really a rum guy.
Oh, well, what can we get you then?
Give me a tequila sunrise.
Oh, coming right up.
I like the colors. They look like a warp core.
Yeah, totally. And Jonny shoots him 2 guns, finger guns, and gets up and walks away from the table to go to the bar.
He shoots you them back. So yeah, you get to the bar, and the barman's there. He's also boogieing. He goes,
What can I get you, my man?
Oh, 2 more of those drinks that we had last time, and a tequila sunrise.
2 Coco Nonos, 2 more Coco Nonos, I should say. It's all good.
Coco, yeah, more like.
Yeah, I mean, legally, no. We have to let you know what's in them, and it's a Coco No-No, but... enough of that.
And Jonny does like a little kind of like, he points the guns at him and does like a little groove to try and get him back in the moment again.
And a tequila sunrise, you say? Coming right up. So you come back with the drinks, and Bonge and Sullivan are laughing quite a lot, and here it comes. Cheers, buddy. Takes the drink off for you.
Oh, what's so funny?
I was just telling Bonge here.
No, don't say.
I was just telling Bonge here about the time you made a pass at that Tellarite lady in our second year. You remember the one, the visiting professor?
It was a wild swing. I'll give you that. What exactly? Which version of the story did you tell him?
Well, wouldn't you like to know?
Jonny looks at Bonge.
Well, hey man, look. As far as it sounded like to me, you took the shot, you know. I'm not judging.
Well, you gotta swing, and yeah, these are my misses. You're finding out about, but Jonny takes a little sip of the drink and kind of awkwardly looks between the two. So, Katrina, what kind of missions have you been on? We actually had a first contact recently, and he kind of straightens up a little bit, realizing that this is quite a big deal.
First contact, huh? Well, that's interesting, sure, but it's got nothing on second contact. That's when the real work gets done.
Second contact?
Yeah, that's right. Second contact. You have to establish stuff, you know?
What are you even talking about? First contact? It was groundbreaking. I mean, I probably shouldn't tell you. And Jonny thinks for a second about having found the ship, the one that looked like it was based on Starfleet technology. Nah. I can't talk about some of the stuff that I've been doing. Hush, hush.
Oh, come on.
No.
What, you're too good to be sharing stories now? JC on Final Frontier being all hush hush?
You know Starfleet regulations, and there's no way that I can tell you some of the things that we've seen. I mean, how about you? Got anything like that?
Totally. It's non-stop action on the Auckland. I don't even know where to start.
How well is Jonny reading this? I mean, he knows her pretty well, so...
You guess she's bluffing a little bit. You're picking up... I mean, you're drinking as well, so your senses are a little bit dulled. It's not being 100% honest.
Jonny kind of smiles and just says, well, no, it doesn't matter. Like, this isn't about one-upmanship. Well, that isn't about one-upmanship. And he raises the drink, says, time.
Oh, yeah? You sure you're ready?
Bonge is like, hold on. Gets out. He pulls a little engineering pad out. He goes,
Right, okay, ready.
He's been timing. So this is now difficulty 2.
Okay.
And it's a control test.
Oh, roll again. Not my best suit. I got a 13 and a 1.
I got a 13 and a 7. So your 1 is a critical success, so that counts as 2 successes. So yeah, you were actually dominating in this these drinking contests.
Nice.
So yeah, she doesn't like splutter this time. She didn't get a catastrophic failure, but yeah, you definitely get yours down quicker than she does.
He slams the cup down, and again, arms in the air. Champion, you will not defeat me. And he sort of points in her face and goes, "See."
Yeah, laugh it up.
Ah, whatever. Just because you're losing.
I'll get you next time.
Well, we'll see. The night is young.
Can I get a fitness check off of you then now? 'Cause that, we didn't get that. You won the thing, but this is, again, now difficulty 2. This is the part 2, is how drunk is Jonny feeling?
17 and a 12.
Oh dear.
Oh, well that's 2 failures there.
Oh shit.
You're getting a bit... You're starting to feel it. It's hitting you pretty hard now.
Jonny,
Like, this is... You're not, like, sloppy drunk, but you're on your way. I mean, this was drink number 5, wasn't it? I think we said.
yeah.
And you've been necking these things, which have got a lot of rum in them.
Jonny has that moment where I think everybody knows it when they've been drunk and they've drank a few times, where like you get 1 or 2 drinks in. I mean, in this case, he's a little bit hardier, so it's kind of taken a little bit longer. But you have a couple, and then you feel the moment of like, ah, yeah, there it is, I'm drunk. Like,
that one did it.
Yeah. That was the line. I'm over it.
Yeah, you've just passed the line.
Yeah,
let's say.
he feels that in that moment, and doesn't blanch or anything, but he feels it, and internally is like, "Oh, okay, right. But let's wait until she suggests the next drink."
Bonge gets up at this point. He's like, "Look, guys, I've got something I need to do here."
Oh,
And you watch as he stumbles to the dance floor.
Okay, dude.
And just starts boogieing.
Murphy's so sad she's missing this. I'm so sad Murphy's missing this.
Yeah, Bonge is he's putting down some solid moves here, I would say. Yeah, he's not had as much to drink as you, but it doesn't take a lot to get him rocking.
How are the rest of the people that are on the dance floor reacting?
Oh, they're into it.
I've got like that circle.
They don't like crowd around and like going, "Oh, look at this Frankie's getting down," or anything like that. But they're like one of them sort of, just sort of, they accept him into the dancing group kind of thing, and everybody's kind of, yeah, it's a good time.
It's not the cliche of he starts dancing and then the people join in around him.
I mean, a little bit. Not like extra people joining in, but like he gets up and like there's a gap in the dance where he gets onto it, and the people who are kind of around like give it a look of like, oh, okay, yeah.
I've got in mind the sort of arm swinging, hip shaking, kind of like that suits the tone of the music style.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a dancing Ferengi before?
Well, I mean, I share a room with this guy. I've kind of seen some stuff. Nothing quite like this, I'll give you that.
Oh, look at you with your private room.
Well, you've got a room, right?
No, I sleep in a corridor.
What? What kind of a ship do you work on? This is mad.
California class, man. Ensigns and below have corridor bunks to save space.
Okay. And Jonny kind of scans the room after like smiling at her, like, okay, you're being weird. How drunk are you?
He's not being that weird. California class does have corridor sleeping.
Yeah, of course, I didn't even think. So what?
You're picking up. I will say you're picking up a little bit of slight. She thinks she's hiding it, but slight jealousy.
Okay. Jonny notes that, and he's a little bit too drunk to think anything more of just like, oh, that's a thing.
So, Murphy, you're at the bar. You haven't been there. You haven't been standing very long. Before the Nelson security officer, who you'd spotted entering, comes and stands up next to you. Hey, Murphy, right?
Yeah. Garcia, right?
Yeah. We spoke a couple of weeks ago after that security briefing.
Yeah, about the patrol route thing. Yeah, I remember. So you've been roped into this as well?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're also heading out on this expedition. We'll be doing whatever your captain says we should be doing.
Yeah, whatever the captain says goes. Do you fancy joining us? We're gonna play some cards. Try and avoid being roped into dull conversation.
Sure, yeah. I don't do very well in these formal events.
No, same. I'd rather be at my own bar. Come on.
You got your own bar?
You're local.
Oh, right, yeah.
Your local haunt kind of thing.
Yeah, on the Nelson, we got one of our lounges done up like an old Italian restaurant. It's great.
Ah, nice. We've got this old. It's kind of not old, but it's based on this old English pub around the mid 20th century.
Oh.
Got a dartboard, a pool table, karaoke machine. It's a good place.
Oh wow, proper retro.
Yeah, it's a great place.
No, it sounds great.
Only officers, mind you. Great. Nice and exclusive.
You said we. Who you here with?
Oh, my colleague, Lieutenant Commander Ray. Come on, join us.
Sure thing. Lead the way. He grabs himself a drink, and the pair of you head back over to Ray.
Found us another one for our game, Ray.
You mean another victim?
Well, can't actually. We're not gonna have. It's just gloating rights that we can have. Nobody has any latinum, so not like we can play proper poker.
That's a fair point. Pleased to meet you.
Hey, Lieutenant Commander James Garcia, USS Nelson.
Lieutenant Commander Sabin Ray, USS Tenzing.
Good to meet you, Commander. You see him kind of note the blue on your collar. You're the Tenzing science officer, then, I take it.
Yeah, that's right.
Chief of Security, myself.
How's that treating you?
Well, pretty good. Since I got promoted, I don't get punched so much anymore.
We've got an ensign in security who would be the envy of that, if he gets that far.
I need to give him a minion. Not a minion. I shouldn't call them minions. New recruit. Not recruit.
Lackey.
Yeah, no, it's time Connor learned to be a role model for the younger staff, so I think giving him responsibility over someone else and their training might be good for him. And if it's not, then, well, we'll need to rethink a few things and a few duties.
I remember a few instances like that, back when I was a lieutenant. Always jumping headfirst into things and not thinking them through. But, of course, that was back in the war. Things are a bit different.
He did well on the last mission, to be fair. He
That's
really
true.
stepped up. That's why I think giving him this next step would be good for him.
Instead of sending him back to clean the Jeffries tubes out on deck 6 with a toothbrush.
In his dress robes.
Wow.
He was in his dress robes.
He would be.
And that, Garcia, is why some of the people on the Tenzing referred to Murphy as Lieutenant Commander Terror.
Wow. That's a hell of a nickname.
Keeps them in line.
I'll have to find out if I've got a nickname. Although, not sure I want to know.
If it turns out you do have a nickname, just own it.
Murphy's not convinced this is her actual nickname, by the way. She's just like, no, it's just something you're saying. That is not my nickname.
Oh, Ray could be completely messing with her. We don't know.
Oh yeah. I could see this as a thing that they would do with each other. Like, yeah, they would say complete lies about the other and see if the other person if it doesn't know if it's true or not. And the other, they're like, Murphy or Ray are like, yeah, we're not going to let on if it's true or not. We're just going to leave you guessing.
I'm thinking back to Ray trying to make Johnny Two Phases happen.
Yeah.
So, Ray, you're the science officer. You gotta know a bit more about what we're gonna be running into on this expedition. Well, more than us security folk do. What's the inside scoop?
Well, there's not really much to tell at the moment. I mean, the Tenzing had a couple of unscheduled stops on the way here, and we haven't really touched base on anything so far. And the first thing we did when we docked was get dressed up and come to this function. So, your guess is as good as mine, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Nelson got here about just a week or so ago. Guess those stops of yours really put you behind schedule, huh?
I mean, I don't know if you've read the reports yet, but we had a rescue mission and then a first contact situation, which
oh wow,
was a little it was a little it went well, but in all the outcome was really good, but it did get hairy for a little bit.
Yeah, I can imagine. I heard about the rescue mission, but not this first contact mission. Guess it takes a little time for the reports to start circulating, huh?
Yeah, the Tirans were real interesting people.
Well, I look forward to the report then.
It'll make for good light reading.
Or make you want to throw the pad out the window.
Yeah. Well, Murphy, did you find any cards at the bar?
I forgot to ask. I'll be right back.
Please, sit. Join us.
Sure, yeah. He pulls up a seat at the... I guess in my head, it's kind of like one of those like tall tables, and while you're waiting, there's a little bit of a sort of awkward not awkward silence, but it's kind of like you're both kind of just regarding the crowd for a minute and that, and you can see the Admiral sort of having a quiet word with Captain Collins, and the other captain of the Nelson, Captain Richards, has joined them as well. You haven't been introduced to, but yeah. At this point, there's over the sort of din of the room, you hear the announcer, Captain Corm of the IKS Darkblade. In walks a pretty imposing looking Klingon, although you can see as he turns he's got a bit of a beer belly on him. Sort of frowns around a bit and then heads to the bar, slams down a fist. Blood wine! The bartender, you can tell, looks a little bit frightened, but he returns with quite a large stein. Just drinks it, slams it down. This is good, bring me more! Sort of sets up shop at the bar.
And Murphy's just going to be like looking at the Klingon and like walking to the table going, man, I really wish we could invite him over to play cards. I'd love to hear some stories. And Klingons always have good stories. I'm going to go back to the table and be like, very tempted, Ray. I'm just going to look at Ray, be like, Ray, should we?
Yeah. On your head be it.
I'm not drunk enough yet. I've not drunk enough to warrant courage enough to go and talk to the Klingon.
You see, that's not a Klingon that I know, and I've met quite a few in my time. If that was Commander Wolf, I would invite him across. Quite a legendary player.
Garcia cuts in. You met Commander Worf?
Yeah, exactly.
Very briefly during the Dominion War.
Ray, you never told me this story.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You kept that quiet.
Well, I don't like to brag about meeting famous Starfleet legends.
Watch your feet, everybody. Ray's dropping names over here.
Well, if you ply me with another couple of rums, I might tell you what we spoke about when I met him.
Sure. Be right back then. Garcia goes to the bar, basically. At this point, Commander Carter and his wife sort of swing past. He's got a plate of, like, loaded up from the buffet. And go, how are you guys getting on? Have you tried the shrimp yet? It's pretty good.
No.
His wife kind of nudges him. She said, oh, yeah. She sort of nods. He says, How are you doing?
Yeah, we haven't toured around the buffet yet, but we'll get there. We're just setting up a game of cards.
Oh, well, that sounds like... He looks at his wife, who sort of gives him a look. Sounds like fun, but maybe not tonight.
All right then. All right. Enjoy.
Just sort of leads him away. Yeah.
He's not allowed to play cards with Murphy.
I think it's the middle of a function, and she's trying to keep him in his best behaviour. So Garcia returns with another drink for you, Ray. And a double for the trill.
Yeah, thank you.
He seems sort of looking expectantly.
Right.
Right.
Cards.
Yes, you want to hear the story about Wolf?
Well, yeah, go on.
Well, like I said, it was during the Dominion War, and we were helping his sort of scout ship out of Deep Space Nine. He had the Defiant. We were helping them stage a bombing run on the Jem'Hadar staging outpost. And would you believe it?
So Johnny, it's another hour of drinking. Bonge flops back into the booth. He's sweating. It's like he's sweating through his Hawaiian shirt. He's like, "Oh, you guys gotta get out there. That's what a beat." How many more drinks would you think you've had in this time?
Johnny, having felt the drunkenness take over a little bit, let's say maybe in an hour, 3 more every 20 minutes.
Okay. Alright. Maybe the competition element has kind of fallen off at this point.
Johnny's not pushing it. And unless she's going to, then yeah.
Nah, maybe for like the first one of them, she's like, right, okay, we'll go again, and you're like, yet again, you down yours quicker than her. After that, it's just like a settling into sipping, I guess. Sipping, you know what I mean? Regular drinking. She's looking pretty trashed as well at this point.
Mm-hmm. There's perhaps like maybe they've caught each other giving glances, like knowing looks of like, I know you're drunk, and they both know each other. They're not said it, but they both know each other's drunk.
Yes,
and they're not going to push it on that angle then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's turned into a relaxed conversation. They talked about martial arts and the things that they used to do together, the training. Johnny talks about being caught on the holodeck with Bonge. They tell that story.
Oh, you telling the story of that?
Yeah, why not? So we could we could jump in where Johnny is perhaps like finishing telling that story, and he finishes up saying, "Oh, my commanding officer Murphy, she was not happy about any of this. She is a hard ass. Let me tell you, you don't want to cross her."
What, you? I hear getting in trouble with the bosses. What happened to all this "I'm gonna be a model officer" noise?
Well, I'll be fair. She's been pretty good to me. I mean, she's hard at times, but I've been on quite a few missions recently. Like I said, hush hush, and he leans in drunkenly.
Super secret Starfleet stuff. Shh.
Yeah.
Super secret.
I can't tell you.
You can tell me. You can tell me. Who am I gonna tell? Bonge? I'm not gonna tell Bonge anything. Am I, Bonge?
Nobody tells me anything around here.
Bonge, you're good, right? You're not gonna tell anybody that I've told anybody, right? He gives him a scrutinizing, drunken squint.
You're right, John. I won't tell anybody that you didn't tell me to not tell anybody anything. Yeah.
He seems pleased that he's got that in order, if that is it.
Johnny's tried to follow that, and he looks confused and is like,
nobody is following anything.
I
you all, yeah.
You're good. Yeah, cool.
Okay, go on then. What happened, super secret mission boy?
Well, there was this ship, right? And it was just like the Phoenix, the first one that got sent out from Earth for the first warp flight?
Yeah. I remember your model kits.
No. Not like the models, an actual, like, the first contact I told you about.
Huh.
That's what it was. And well,
Yeah, they taught us about that in, like, elementary school.
oh, not our first contact. The first contact with these aliens that we found. They're called Draterans. Shh. And he puts it again, like everything is very drunken. He puts a finger up to her lips and goes, shh.
Okay, but do they know how to party?
Well, they seemed pretty, I don't know, they're not really partying kind of people. They're very religious, but
Why bother then? We need some good vibes in the Federation.
you know what? You're right. Yeah, we need a good time. We need a party. We need to forget about all of this stuff.
Yeah, man,
And-
forget these dragons or whatever. I mean, what's so secret about them anyway?
Shh. Again, he puts his
Shh,
finger up
shh,
to his
shh.
lips. Shh. Don't talk about it. Forget all about it. Let's party. And Jonny has irrespectively gotten up, and immediately as he was saying party, he put his arms up in the air and got up from the table and sort of sidestepped out and sort of he walks over towards. Is there somebody in control of the music in this place? Or
It doesn't seem to be, but if there is, it's the guy behind the bar.
he goes over to the guy in the bar then and says, "Hey, we need to up the tempo. This place needs to groove, man.
This place is always grooving, man. This is...
Nah, but we need to party."
What do you think we're doing here? And he points to the sign, like glowing neon sign that says, "It's always party time at Shimoda's."
I just want something a little bit more energetic to dance to, man.
He's like, all right, okay. Press it. You see he's got like a little control panel and presses this. Dig this. He presses it and kicks into what sounds like a really up-tempo, funky track.
Once that's going, Jonny immediately grooves over to the dance floor and looks over towards the booth with Bonge and Katrina and waves them over energetically.
Sure, okay. I don't think I need you to roll to dance, unless I do. It's not in your talents. But, you know, you got your...
He's got his martial training. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you got a good sense of balance and things. You know, you've been drinking a lot and that, but, yeah. It might not be the most controlled dance ever.
But I'd
Loosen them
expect
up.
at this point maybe everybody else is in that kind of a state, potentially.
Yeah. It's, the party don't stop at Shimoda's.
So yeah, my thought is to boogie the night away, basically,
Sure.
as a conclusion to Jonny's evening.
Okay, yeah, we'll fold this into a as the evening is progressing kind of thing. So this would be a montage if we were filming it, of like dancing, and Bonge is like he's getting into it, but he's also sipping from yet another tequila sunrise. So you all are very stumbly as you leave the bar, and you're all kind of leaning on each other. And Bonge is like, "I tell you, man, they call me the party engineer."
Ah, you made it work, man. You made it work.
I always make it work. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Ah.
Hell yeah, you tell them, Bonge. Tell them.
I need something greasy. And Jonny looks around the kind of like the street promenade, whatever it is.
Oh, there is some street food you can get into here.
Is there anything Bajoran that immediately, is there like sights and smells that he immediately recognizes food-wise?
There's not a Bajoran restaurant specifically there, no. You're quite some way from Bajor.
He's a little down, crestfallen. It's so hard to get that stuff. So far
Yeah, it's
out.
a little. Yeah, you're a little bit away from Bajor, so it's not quite made it out here. Nobody's opened a Bajoran restaurant yet. You're craving some, what is it, Hasperat, but it's not coming.
He needs
but,
some good old classic, like Earth food then.
Oh yeah, you can get some nasty 3 a.m. food.
he thinks about the Draterans have like come to mind at least once tonight, and he thinks for a second. He goes, "Hot dogs," and he says to the rest of them, "Hot dogs, everyone!
Hot dogs!
Hot dog!
Hot dog!" And they all charge forwards towards the hot dog stand. Or
Yeah, there's inexplicably a hot dog stand. So we'll spend time on a little bit on the reception as well, and so you managed to get a sort of quiet game going of cards just on this thing. I'm presuming you didn't like fully pull, chairs around to be like that. This was like a casual, like we're all kind of round a table playing.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah, because this is a formal do.
Yeah.
But yeah, you managed to get a couple of other people in. You're joined by after they arrived. You're joined by the chief engineer of the USS Auckland, a Saurian named Commander Nuulo, who seems excited to play cards with new people. They're just very friendly. That's one of the waiter staff also sort of sneaks away and is just like, can I join for the next round?
If you act as a busboy for the drinks, you can stay.
I mean, sure, that's my job anyway. We'll do that.
Yeah. So you can stay.
Cool. It's oddly confrontational.
Murphy just doesn't want to have to get up every time.
Yeah,
He says
no,
someone
that's
else. Like, we're drinking, we're playing cards.
It's been an hour or two. I would imagine you're not getting as drunk as Jonny did.
No, but she's keeping an eye on Ray. All those doubles, she's keeping a strict eye on Ray.
Yeah, Ray, how are you feeling?
Slightly out of it.
Out of it,
Been
yeah.
drinking quite a few double rums.
How's your hand? How's your hand been? Has it like gotten worse or better as the evening has gone on?
I'll be honest, I'm looking at the cards and all I see are swirling black holes where the queen and the king should be.
Murphy's going to put down his cards. No more drinking for you. You're cut off.
Okay then.
You're cut off. I'm going to turn to the waiter. No more drink for him.
Sure.
Yeah,
Water.
no more drink for her, exactly.
I'm just going to look at the waiter deadpan and be like, no more drink for him unless it is water or coffee. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, I'll have water. Neat.
And neat water.
Murphy's just going to sigh quietly. Go back to her cards.
Yeah.
Still keeping an eye on him.
This is the moment that Admiral Holt decides to swing by the table.
How we all doing here?
Sir, good sir. How's your evening progressed?
Wonderful time. They've put on quite the event here, quite the spread. Glad to see everybody else is enjoying it.
Wonderful time, sir. Thank you.
Well, seems I left it a bit late in the evening to come and speak to you all, but I'm sure we'll get to talk properly after the briefing tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Until then, sir.
Well, enjoy the rest of your game, commanders. I must, I ought to go speak to Lady Ral before she departs. Good night.
Who was that again?
And I think the evening has come to an end. You're going home.
If you say so, ma'am. Yes.
The fact that you've forgotten your own people's royalty is enough to know that you're you.
There's royalty here? Well, send them my way.
No. We're. I'm afraid, gentlemen, I think I'm going to have to fold. I hope you all have a pleasant evening. I'm going to escort our dear friend here back to his bunk.
Irila, your meeting with Lascelles took a fair amount of the evening. She had a lot of questions, but you think you've been able to at least partly put her mind to rest. You were in no rush, really, to get back to the reception, but you've dragged your feet pretty much as long as you think you can get away with without there being a comment made. So you, at this point, finally make your entrance into the function hall. Dr. Anarin Arila, USS Tenzing. The attendant announces your name as you enter. Looking around, you can see it's fairly busy in here, but the event has been going on for a few hours now, clearly. You don't really need your empathic powers to tell you that a fair few drinks have been consumed, and maybe some people are a little worse for wear than others. You start to make your way through the crowd. There's a few people you recognise, but mostly not. You see Commander Talin conversing with another Vulcan. Commander Carter and his wife just kind of lightly dancing to the music of the string quartet. You do see Captain Collins in very close conversation with another captain, going by the rank Pips, a human woman with dark hair. I mean, by and large, you're quite used to kind of mostly respecting people's privacy, it would be fair to say, when it comes to using your empathic senses, but there's a lot of people in here, and you can't help but pick up something of a playful mood from the captain.
Rila will filter this away in her mind, like, well, this is something to keep an eye on, isn't it?
As I say, you don't know who this captain is, but I mean, actually, that's a good point. I mean, would it be fair to say that Arila hasn't really interacted too much with any other members of the expedition at this point? Maybe just corresponded with the doctors or something?
Yeah, I don't think I would have had much interaction with the other captains, certainly. And it's not someone that she worked with before being deployed on the Tenzing, so...
Yeah. Okay, so you're just, as you say, you're just kind of filing this information away for later. When you're unable to block out a sudden spike of pain from off to one side. Not pain for yourself, but you're picking it up from someone else.
Arila quickly looks around, trying to isolate what she's automatically is assuming is going to be her patient.
Murphy,
What?
instead of taking me back to my quarters, can you take me to the sick bay, please?
Yep, we'll do that first.
Yeah. Quick, it's happening again.
Oh, okay. Right, come on, let's go. I'm gonna, take him and walk him quickly out.
Yeah. Ray suddenly had a kind of sharp sobering as that pain has just hit him again.
It's alright, bud, I got you.
Thank you.
But if you pull this during the championship, I'm gonna be pissed.
You won't be the only one. Oh.
Commander Talin sees you both heading for the exit and she steps up. Everything all right, Commanders?
Lieutenant Commander Ray's not feeling that great, Commander. I'm gonna take him to sickbay and get him checked out.
My apologies, Commander, but I really need to get out of here.
Very well. I will inform... here she is.
Arila rushes over quickly. Are you all right, Commander Ray?
It's happening again, Doctor. And it's probably not helped with the amount of alcohol I've had.
No, I can't imagine that has helped.
So much for alcohol numbing pain.
Murphy's just gonna shake her head. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's not a bad. Ray, I'm thinking at this point, has just kind of had this sharp shoot of pain and is almost hitting the floor.
Murphy, you kind of holding him up under one arm, I take it. Yeah.
Come on, let's get you to sickbay. Back to the ship.
And I guess the three of you head for the exit.
Why am I so high up? What am I doing up here?
We're taking you to sickbay. Don't worry.
Don't let me fall, please.
We won't let you fall. Just close your eyes. We'll be there soon.
Okay.
Murphy's quite concerned now.
Yeah. So yes, you quickly step onto the convenient turbo lift right at the bottom of the stairs, and
I've got a suggestion just for this moment.
sure.
As they're coming back across, can Bonge and Jonny be staggering drunkenly through the tube?
Sure, yeah, that's in a little bit of symmetry then for that. So yeah, I mean, are you ahead of them again, or are you coming in behind? If you're ahead again, so
we're ahead, but we're moving slowly.
Yeah,
Probably falling about themselves as well and looking behind.
And in a really good mood, like staggering about.
Yep.
Chatting kind of like raucously.
Hot dogs in hand.
Yeah.
So yes, that Murphy, that's what you see as you enter the docking tube, is Bonge and Jonny stumbling around in front of you, being quite raucous, I would say.
Out of the way, ensigns!
What? And Jonny drunkenly turns around and kind of staggers to the side, out of the way.
Medical emergency, move!
Whoa.
Oh, whoa, sorry.
Suggest you return to your quarters, boys.
Oh, of course. And then Jonny tries to straighten up as much as possible.
Yes, sir.
Just gonna give them a really a poignant look as we go past with poor Ray.
Bonge swallows his hot dog that he had in his mouth.
Talk about deep
Murphy just narrows her eyes slightly more.
They both look like they're obviously steaming drunk.
Yeah. Slightly envious.
Are those plasma vapors in the corridor? No,
it's
just the
got
empty
just
smell
Bonge.
of hot dogs, and Murphy's just like hot dog.
Jonny just turns
Hot
to Bonge.
dogs.
Oh, sorry.
Murphy, help first food later, please.
I know. I'm prioritizing you. I'm getting them out the way. Can't help what I smell as we go past. It smells delicious.
If you're feeling a bit worse for wear in the morning, come to sickbay.
No, let them suffer.
I sir. And Jonny kind of looks very awkward and is stiff. And just stood bolt upright. And as they pass, after they've passed, he just turns to Bonge and goes, I wonder what happened to Ray.
It's probably too many of those Coco No-Nos, they really did a number on you, didn't they? Look, you're all over the place, man.
Oh, I'm all good. Let's get back to the room, though. Come on.
Yeah, let's go. We need to, have a lie down. We got to sweat out these hot dogs. I mean, they're good, but...
So yeah, leaving Jonny and Bonge behind, Murphy and Irela managed to get Ray to sickbay, where he was put onto a bio bed, and quickly the doctor gives you a sedative.
This should help him sleep peacefully for now.
Doc, do you have any idea what's going on?
We're looking into it. I'm hoping to have answers soon.
Of course. I'll stay a little while and keep him company, and if that's all right.
Yes, that should be fine. Would you like a glass of water?
I'll have a Ractigino. Thank you.
Of course.
So, Murphy, with your Ractigino in hand, and Doctor, whatever you choose to drink, the pair of you take a seat next to Ray's bed. Maybe not the end to the party that you were expecting. Right, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time with the next chapter of Frontier on Thursday, June 16th, and we hope you'll all join us for that. In the meantime, you can head to pretendingwithdice.com for links to all of our social media pages, our Discord server, our merch store, and much, much more. So yeah, for now, that's our show. We hope you all enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.